Hey everyone, this is Patrick again with Hotspawn, and I'm here with Sneyking at Blast Slam 4 in Singapore. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty well. We just arrived yesterday, so a bit jet lagged. But we'll get it fixed.
Okay, well, you're back where you won your first title. How's it feel being back?
Obviously, it's a very nostalgic feeling. I think we have a lot of good memories at the Singapore Indoor Stadium, and I really like being here. I love the food. I love the people. It's just great.
Well, good to hear. Actually, congratulations on becoming a two-time international champion. You now find yourself in very rare company alongside other legends like No Tail, Yatoro. Did this second title hit any different in terms of how you felt after getting it done with Falcons?
I think this time it felt better than the first time because I think in how difficult it was to actually win the finals. I think I had a lot more emotions from this series rather than my last because and the one versus Team Secret at TI11, I think it was more of a bit of a foregone conclusion after we're 2-0 and the third map was going our way very well. So I didn't really was not that excited. But this time around, I think at TI14, the series was much closer. We were even down a game in the series, and then we ended up having to come back to win the series 3-2.
Two straight games.
Yeah. So I think that made it a lot more. The difficulty made it a lot more meaningful to me.
The payoff was great, I'm sure. And to add on to that, you proved you didn't need Wraith Pack to do it.
Yes.
Okay, so on that note, I'd like to ask how it was for Crit after finally winning it after so long. Like from your perspective, what did it look like?
From my perspective, I think it was really emotional for Crit. I think not as emotional as last year because I think if we were able to win it in his home country of Denmark, it would have been like a lot more meaningful to him. But we couldn't do it then. It was a shame, but we managed to pull it together the following year, and I think Fred was very emotional. The most I've seen him ever. So,
same, actually.
Yeah. Usually he doesn't really. He's pretty reserved. He doesn't show that much emotions. So I think seeing him being that happy really meant a lot to us.
Yeah, I think he even cried on camera, which was an amazing sight to see. That's great. So you guys took a break of about a month and a half after winning TI14. Did you do anything together as a team during your vacations, or was it more about spending time with your families and loved ones?
After TI14, we took a month after break and we all just went home, just went our separate ways. We spent a lot of time with each other. So during this downtime, we want to dedicate the time to our friends and family and just be able to spend as much time with them before we have to leave again and start a new season. So I think we use this time to really kind of just reset from each other and then prepare for the new season.
It's important to decompress, right?
Yeah.
Actually, what do you guys do for fun when the season is on? So when in between tournaments, what do you guys hang out a lot?
I think in between tournaments, we usually just talk regularly, even about Dota or play some other casual games sometimes. But there's not that many things we do outside for fun. I think sometimes we go to the gym, but most of us would go and maybe we would all go at the same time. And I think that's in terms of team bonding, I feel like we could definitely do something better, but we don't do that much.
Okay. But honestly, even with a pretty long break like that, you guys have already won your first LAN of the new season, that being Fisher Playground 2. And I'd say without much trouble at all. What's the team's process when it comes to getting back in the groove?
I think getting back in the groove as a team is actually a lot more individualistic because I think everyone has to be in good shape coming in, and then you could work on the team stuff together because it's really hard to work on the team stuff when the individual skill or you're not as honed in as you're supposed to be.
That's true.
So I think the first step to playing well as a team is everyone comes in prepared. They have their heroes ready. They have the things that they wanted to do. And then we try to meld it together in our scrims and try to make it work.
So in that sense, do the other guys and you as well, you have your own rituals or routines to lock in before doing it on the team level, as you said.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is individuals, and then the coach would come in and ask us what we played, what we learned from these games, and then individual practice, and then we'll try to mix it together in our officials and scrims.
The results speak for themselves, I'd say. Okay, so on following up with that and talking about Blast Slam 4 in particular, what do you think about the quote-unquote split format where there's an online segment for group stage and eliminations, and then top 6 is here. You have to fly, you have to deal with the jet lag. What's your opinion on that?
I'm personally not the biggest fan of the current Blast Slam format because I feel like there's too few games in front of the audience, and a lot of people travel for these events, so I would personally like to be able to bring more games to them and bring more teams for them to see. It's because it's a shame that only 6 out of the 12 teams who are in this tournament are able to play in front of a crowd. I feel like the crowd would probably like to see more games and more different teams. Maybe some of them will be like some from their own country. It would be a lot more meaningful to them if they were able to do that.
Plus, it's like it's the bracket is single elim, right? So you lose one, that's it.
Yeah, the format is very unforgiving.
Yeah. Okay, so pardon me, but as the oldest member of the team, tell me how it's been seeing Malrine and ATF, in particular, develop into world-class players before your very eyes. Do you see a bit of your younger self in them as well, even though you played a different position to them in the past?
I think the thing that I see from them only reminds me of myself, like my own youth and stupidity, and I think like the clowny stuff that they're doing, the all chatting, the provocations that they do is something I would do when I was younger, but no longer I would do now. So like I understand where they're coming from, so I try to empathize with them and see where they're going, and I understand that with age it will get better.
Do you guys like talk about that sometimes, where it's like, okay, man, you gotta rein it in a little bit?
We've talked about it a lot of times on this team, and the older members obviously feel that way, but we also understand like the younger, they're just more energetic. They just need to be more expressive of themselves, and we try to find a good balance and not cross a certain line. But like we try to let them still be themselves and be able to express how they like to be, but with maybe a little bit of reins on them.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they put their money where their mouths are, so I'd say they deserve a little bit of a leeway there. Okay, next is I've been watching you play since the bottom days, and now Aoi has been the coach on not one but 2 of the squads that you won TI title with. What's it like working with him as someone that's been doing so for so long?
I think Aoi is a very systematic coach. I think he has a very strict way in how he wants to operate and how he sees the team operates, and he implements that structure on the team. And I think it's a pretty good system because obviously with the results that we've gotten, and also like he really helps each individual player to get better on the individual level and on a team level.
Would you say that his style, it being more structured, suits you in particular?
I think it does, because personally, like I'm not that structured of a person. I think having more structure helped me get better as well, because I think I was not as systematic at improving before, but I think given the coaching structure and the help, I think it helped me.
Okay, last question. What is, in your opinion, the best thing about playing with Falcons, and how different is it compared to other rosters that you've been a part of?
I think playing on Falcons is definitely a mixed bag of tricks. So I think on one hand, we're doing very well. Obviously, this is my most successful team I've been on. But on the other hand, is also we're a little too provoking a little too much, and it can get a little out of hands sometimes, and I feel a bit embarrassed when I have to be seeing what they're writing, and
Like these damn kids.
yeah. So there's quite a bit of mixed bag of emotions in there.
Well, you have a TI title to show for it. So yeah, hopefully the kids can rein it in a little bit as they grow older. But
Yeah.
it's great to see that you guys are so successful even through all that. But yeah, that's all I have for you now for you today. Thank you so much for your time, Sneyking.
Thank you so much.
This was Patrick from Hotspawn at Last Time 4, and I'll see you in the next one.